Hi, welcome back, Yogi. And if you are new to this channel, hi, my name is Lisa, and today we will be exploring releasing emotions that of the past, releasing emotions that no longer have a space for us anymore, and also doing our best to learn to the hard art that I am still learning to not take things personally. This theme has been calling to me a lot this week, and usually when themes call to me, it's probably because they need exploration and someone out there may need to hear it. In terms of taking things personally, I read this story, which I found so amazing. A Zen master takes his student over to a pond and says to his student, as they gaze down at the fish, "How many fish are in the pond?" He counts and he says 10. And the Zen master says, "Very good. And how many ponds are here?" And the student says, 1. The Zen master says, "Try again." So the student is confused by this, and he looks and he looks and he's like, what is he talking about? There is only one pond. He looks deeper, and then he sees every fish has its own perspective. So he turns to the Zen master and says, there are 10 ponds here for every fish that sees his own world. Sometimes we too are like fish swimming in a pond. We only see our own perspective. A lot of the things when it comes to manifestation comes from our own perspective, our own experiences, and not everyone's going to have the same experience. That's why when you may tell someone you want to open a bake shop, but the idea is so foreign to them, they may say, no, it's impossible. There's no way. This is the worst time to open up a bake shop, and they come up with all these excuses because they're just regurgitating their own experiences, their narratives. Don't be trapped inside the illusion of another person's narrative. The moment you get wrapped up in someone else's pond, you lose sight of your own perspective in your own pond. Therefore, it's important for us to not take things personally. I'll read this to end the little Dharma talk. This is the 4 agreements. One of the agreements is to not take things personally. This is by one of my favorite authors, Don Miguel Ruiz. And if you follow these agreements, even if you try a week following these agreements, the dramatic changes will happen. That being said, I too always have trouble following these agreements, but it's nice to always come back to them when we truly need the practice. He says, in terms of not taking things personally, if you keep this agreement or this rule, you can travel around the world with your heart completely open and no one can hurt you. You can say, I love you without fear of being ridiculed or rejected. You can ask for what you need. You can say yes or you can say no. Whatever you choose, without guilt or self-judgment. You can choose to follow your heart always. Then you can be in the middle of hell and still experience inner peace and happiness. You can stay in your state of bliss and hell will not affect you at all. Suffering will not affect you at all. If you can really master this trait. And I know you may say, but people are so hurtful with their words or the things they say, or their perspective is hurting me. Just remind yourself that most likely that hurt that you're feeling is something that it's something that they've always had. They're just sharing it with you. They're just almost feeding it to you. A lot of the times we hear in yogic philosophy, it's like we're sharing poison or we're feeding poison. So don't take the poison. And it's hard, it's easier said than done. But that's why we're here. We're here to just start practicing. We're here to start releasing the emotions of pain that we may have felt from other people's words or perspectives. And we are beginning to allow ourselves to really focus on our own space and not take things too personally. So with that, let's ground down through the sit bones, rise to the crown of the head. And we're gonna place both hands on the pelvis. So this is the Sacral Chakra. And this will be a Sacral Chakra flow to help release emotions. So take a nice big deep inhale. And exhale. Breathe in, sending the breath down to the pelvis. And exhale. releasing any emotions that really don't serve our world, our perspective. Last breath, inhale. And exhale. We'll be exploring flow today, a yogic flow state, one with the flow. Being one with the flow doesn't mean we're always happy all the time, always peaceful. It means we're able to ride each wave, whether it scares us, whether it's challenging, whether it's hard, or whether it's so much fun and brings us joy and happiness. It's the ability to be one with the flow that will help us grow and live a full human experience. Breathe in and exhale. And starting from the pelvis, maybe think about the frustration, the pain that you get from the whole world. This world is full of wounds and full of hurt, but it's also filled with love and light. Just because it's filled with wounds, we cannot stop our duty from cultivating light, and life within us and around us. So let's take a moment to release these emotions from ourselves with one loud Om from the pelvis. Take a nice big deep inhale into the pelvis. One more time from the pelvis. Inhale. And when you're absolutely ready, go ahead and gently float the eyes open. Great job, guys. So let's go ahead and let's start in seated position. I'm just kind of flying up the seat of my pants with this sequence because Sacral Chakra is all about creativity. So let's go ahead and tune on into our Kundalini circles. Send the heart forward, round over to your right. See if you can round in the upper back. Chin comes towards the chest, sending the back over to the back, then over to the left, and just allow yourself to move and breathe in a way that feels delicious and good. Let yourself feel whatever it is you need to feel. This isn't a space to censor yourself. Maybe you're practicing alone, maybe you're practicing with one other person, whatever the case is. Don't censor yourself while you're inside your head. You're not saying much. Just if you need to let anything go, any frustrations, any anger, any sadness, just allow yourself to be there in that space with you. Emotion isn't logical. It's just emotion. All right. Go ahead, bring it into the opposite direction. So we're releasing tightness in the hips as well as the back. Sacral chakra is the chakra space above the root chakra and below the navel chakra. And I have videos on both of those if you're ever curious. It's great for fertility, creativity, emotions, flow. The element is water. And so we'll be invoking that in today's practice. It may be challenging, so please be safe, practice safe, and go at your own pace. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Slowly come all the way on up. Nice. Let's bring that all the way to the crown of the head. So inhale, rise the hands up above the head. And exhale, lower the hands on down. Flowing like water, inhale. Invoking the element of water, my favorite element besides fire and earth. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Ground down through the right fingertips, sweep up and over. And we're just getting into the flow. And then coming into a forward fold, walking the hands as far forward as possible, crossing one hand over the other. Fingertips are as far forward as we bow on down. Reminding yourself to not even take your own practice personally. We're harsh with our own bodies sometimes, and we almost take our body's limitations personally when that's not the case at all. Our body's just doing things based on its environment, based on its experiences, based on its own just tightness, and its flexibility or inflexibility has nothing really to do with you or your greatness or your enoughness. So just honor that. Big deep inhale, gentle exhale. All right, slowly walk the hands all the way back towards the legs, ground down through the left fingertips, sweep the right hand up and over. Delicious. Keep feeling that nice stretch from the base of the glute muscle all the way through the fingertips. Inhale, exhale, walk the hands cross. Forward folds are great for releasing emotion, but they're also great for sacral chakra because we're getting into the urinary tract system, the reproductive organs. Maybe you can sway from side to side like ocean waves. Last big deep breath in. And exhale. And go ahead slowly. Walk the hands towards the legs. Let's come onto the hands and knees for tabletop position. I have a blanket. It's a snowy day today, and I like working with blankets on snowy days. That being said, you don't have to work with a blanket. Blocks are not necessary for this practice, but if you have these things, feel free to go ahead and use them. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees. See if you can point the first fingers or index fingers forward if that feels good, but traditional stance of the middle fingers forward are okay as well. Ground down through the fingertips and the base of the knuckles, specifically the index and the thumb. Curl toes under, and then just go ahead and trace some circles. Like there's a paintbrush at the edge of the tailbone. And then trace them in the opposite direction. So sacral chakra work may make you giggle. It may make you release emotions or make you think things or realize things that you didn't before with your body, with your practice, maybe even with your life. So just allow it to come up, be one with the flow. Notice how I immediately transferred into maybe rocking and sitting back onto the heels. Close the eyes and really listen to your body and let emotion become one with body and go with the flow within this practice. There are no right or wrongs when it comes to exploring your emotions. It's just really releasing them. And eventually you may come to a resolution or not, and that's okay. Last 2 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Delicious. Exhale. All right. Go ahead, slowly come back to a nice neutral tabletop position. Reach that right heel all the way on up, flexing that right foot. And then we're just gonna open up in that right hip and trace your circles. I love doing this in pre and post-natal yoga classes because it just really gets into the hips, but this strengthens the parts of the body that we need to stabilize the hips and also gets it nice and mobile and flexible. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. Go ahead, reach the heel up, 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 and release the right heel on down, opposite side. Reach the left heel on up. Open up in the hip and then trace your circles. It doesn't have to be as wide as mine. I invite you to keep the hips stable, nice and square as you open on up. And breathe. Two more breaths, inhaling and exhale. Last big deep breath in and exhale. Delicious. Release that left knee on down. Curl toes under, press into the hands and feet. Lift up and back, take a nice downward facing dog. Begin to pedal out the legs, bending through one leg, reaching through opposite heel. We're gonna come into wave-like planks into downward facing dog. So if you want, you can sit onto the heels and watch me if you're not sure.
or you can just join me as you listen. Go ahead, find stillness in downward facing dog, and then see if you can come up onto the balls of the feet. And that action should send a reaction of ripples all the way, rounding in the upper back, pressing the floor away, and then coming to neutral plank. And then go ahead, press into the hands, round in the upper back, and then see if you can reach through those heels down towards the yoga mat. Inhale up onto the tippy toes, round in the upper back, shift the weight forward, and then slowly come into plank pose. And then exhale, round in the upper back, and then slowly onto tippy toes, then come back into downward dog. Last time, inhale, rounding in the upper back to plank. And exhale, rounding in the upper back, up on toes, and then release, Adho Mukha Svanasana. From here, go ahead, draw or lift the right heel up towards the ceiling. Then we're going to draw the knee towards the nose, around in the upper back. Here's the tricky part. Send the right foot underneath that left side of the body. From here, you can stay just like this, maybe even send that right hip on down or lift the right hip on up and then lift the left hand. It's challenging, but you have it. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, sweep the left hand on down. Then we're gonna reach the right heel up and over. Three-legged dog again. Nice. Then go ahead, see if you can bend that right knee over the right hip. Trace circles with the right knee one way, then the other. And then draw the knee towards the nose again. Step the right foot in between the hands or help it forward. Release that left knee on down. If you need to adjust, move your blanket, do whatever it is you need to do to get the right knee over the ankle and the left knee behind the hip. Go ahead and do so. And come join me in your lunge. Inhale, reach the hands forward and up. Exhale, release the hands on down to frame the right foot. Then rock it back into half runner's lunge. I should say runner's lunge, full runner's lunge. So we're on the right heel of the foot. The left hip is reaching on back. The toes are curled under. Then we're gonna go ahead, bend on into the right knee again. Inhale, sweep the hands forward and up. And exhale, release. Slowly rock it on back. That's our movement. Twice more. Inhaling. And exhale. Bending on into the right knee. Inhale. And exhale. Last time. Third time. Inhaling, bending on into the right knee. Reaching the fingertips on up. And then exhale, placing the hands to frame the right foot. Leaning it on back as far as you can go. Don't force, just feel. And then go ahead, come on back, grounding down through the right foot. Sweep the right hand on up towards the ceiling. A lot of movements that are connecting. You can leave the left knee on the ground, or you have the option of lifting the left knee on up. Maybe even place the right hand on that right top of the leg, and then really press down into the right hand and work this twist, drawing the navel in as you inhale and exhale. Keep drawing the navel in just a little bit more on exhale. Last big deep breath here. Exhale. Nice. Go ahead. Allow the right hand to frame the right foot and step the left foot to meet the right. Forward fold. Rock from side to side. You should feel nice and warm. Bend the knees as much as you need to. Sway the head yes, sway the head no. Make sound. Release, let go, no censoring. Just let your emotion flow. Release any poison that you may have drank when you accidentally or not so accidentally took things personally. Last two breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. Nice. Inhale, come up onto fingertips, flat back. Exhale, bend on into the knees. Sweep the hands all the way on up. Hands come through prayer.
and release. Ready to explore the opposite side. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way on up. Exhale, swan dive all the way on down. Inhale into your flat back, fingertips or shoulders over the fingertips, or maybe slide the hands up towards the knees. And on an exhale, go ahead, release the hands all the way on down, ground down through the fingertips, step back into your plank posture. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to release the knees down. Curl the toes under. This will be our vinyasa for today's class. Sit back onto the heels of the feet. I love this. Pretend you're pulling with the palms of your hands. You're pulling the mat to the back. Then you're bringing the chin towards the chest and tracing the nose over the mat. Scooping the heart through the window of the hands, releasing the pelvis on down, coming into cobra. Exhale, child's pose. 3 more times. Inhaling, really pulling through the fingertips, hugging the elbows in, rise. Exhale, child's pose. Last time. Inhale, really sending the heart forward. And exhale. Take a child's pose. Well deserved. Roll out the wrists if they're starting to feel a little something. All right, let's come back into downward facing dog. Brilliant job, guys. Okay, opposite side. Inhale the left heel all the way up towards the ceiling. Stack the left knee over the hip, trace circles one way, and then the other. Go ahead, slowly draw the knee towards the nose, coming up onto the right ball of the foot, pressing that energy away. And then just see if you can slip that left foot underneath the right side of the body. Pivot the right foot down onto the yoga mat. Maybe you just release the hips on down. Maybe you send the hips up, reaching that right hand up towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, swing the right hand on down. Reach that left hip up and over. Bend the left knee, and then go ahead, draw the knee in towards the nose. Draw the navel in, step, or help that left foot on forward. Bring the right knee on down, adjust in any way you need to, and sweep the fingertips forward and up. Inhale at the top of this posture of Anjaneyasana. Exhale, release the hands on down, and then rock it on back onto that left heel. Inhaling. Sweeping the fingertips forward and up. And exhale. Rocking it on back, getting a nice stretch in the left hamstring. Last time. Inhale. Bend on into that right knee, sweeping the fingertips forward and up. And exhale. Rocking it on back. Nice. Go ahead, plant all 4 corners of the left foot on the ground. Ground down through the right fingertips and then sweep the left hand on up towards the ceiling. You may feel that right wrist kind of tweaking. See if you can send the eye of the elbow between the first finger and the thumb. That always helps me. And then notice I'm gripping down through those fingertips. You can stay here. You can lift the left knee off lift the right knee off the yoga mat. Take a nice big deep inhale and exhale. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, draw the navel in and work your twist. Last big deep breath here. Exhale. Nice. Release the left hand on down. Step the right foot to meet the left in forward fold. Inhale, come up onto fingertips. Rise. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the fingertips to the side. And up. Hands come through prayer. And release. Great job. Interlace fingers behind you. Melt the shoulders away from the ears. Ground down through the feet. Slightly bend the knees. Send the hips forward. Open up in the heart space. Exhale, send the belly on down to the legs. Send the hands up and over. Breathe in this forward fold. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale.
2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last big deep breath in. And exhale. Release the hands on down to frame the feet. Go ahead, step back into your plank posture. Shift the weight forward, release the knees on down, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale to cobra. Exhale, take a child's pose or a downward facing dog. Excellent job. Inhale the right heel all the way up towards the ceiling. And again, draw the right knee towards the nose, shifting the weight forward. Hook the right leg, or I should say send the right foot underneath the left side. Sweep that left hand on up or find the position that works for you. Exhale, release it on down. Inhale, sweep the right foot up and back. Bend on into the right knee, trace circles. Okay, we're adding on a move. We're gonna go ahead and see if we can step that right foot behind us, and then we're just gonna open on up. This is really tricky. So if you need to bring that left knee down, come into something like this, that's totally fine. Honor your body where it's at today. For some of you who maybe we can flip the heart up towards the ceiling as we press the hips up nice and high. In Wild Thing, last big deep inhale. Exhale, bring it on back. Reach the right heel up, bend the right knee, step the right foot in between the hands, help it forward. Then we're gonna go ahead, draw the inner thighs in towards each other, draw the navel on in. Use your balance to rise into your lunge. Inhale and exhale. Make sure that left heel is over the toes. Make sure the right hip is being sent on back as the left hip moves forward. Last big deep inhale. Exhale, send the hands on down to frame the right foot. Now we're gonna come into Padavushanasana. Begin to straighten that right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise through head, neck, and chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Last time, inhale to rise. Exhale to fold. Ground down through the left fingertips. Sweep the right hand on up in a twisted triangle. Last big deep inhale. And exhale. Swim the right hand on down. Bend on into the right knee. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the hands all the way on up, coming back into your lunge. Hands come through prayer. Can you ground down through the right foot and step that left foot forward, or place the hands to frame the right foot and step the left foot forward? Inhale into your flat back. Maybe shoulders over the wrists or hands sliding up the shins. Exhale, release. Inhale, sweep the hands out to the side and up. Hands come to prayer and release. Nice job. All right, inhale, sweep the hands up. Exhale, slim the hands down. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, release. Step back into your plank pose. Now choose whether you want to come from that wave to downward dog. Maybe you want to bring the knees and then send the nose, but I'm offering you to find a creative moment here as I hold my plank. So whatever you want to do, go for it. Play. Inhale. Exhale. I'm holding space for you. You got this. Finishing up your movement here. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. All right. Finishing up your movement, maybe you try knees, chest, chin, or whatever it is. Maybe you're in child's pose, maybe you're in downward dog. But wherever you're at, come meet me in downward facing dog. On to the opposite side. Inhale the left heel up. Exhale, bend the knee, send the knee towards the nose. Slide that left foot underneath the right side of the body. You can stay here or take a chance and open up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Reach that left heel up. Bend the left knee, stack the left knee over the hip. Okay, maybe it's kind of like so it's a trick in the right foot. It's all about the right foot. So I'm rolling onto the right pinky toe side of my foot as I release my left foot on down. And then reach the hips up, coming into wild thing. You can stay in your modified side plank if that works. Inhale. Exhale. Go ahead. Come back into your three-legged dog. Reach the left heel all the way on up. Bend the left knee. Step the left foot in between the hands. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Sweep the hands all the way on up. Exhale. Make sure the feet are hips distance apart. If you're on that tightrope, just widen your stance. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Release the hands on down. Inhale, begin to straighten the left leg. Walk the hands back if you need to. Exhale, fold. So this is a great time to play with your blocks if you have them. I should have mentioned it on the other side. I sometimes forget, and that is okay. I can always remember next class. So you can bring the right heel over the right toes, or you can reach the right heel on back. It depends on how that right foot feels. I always like to bring the heels over the toes so I get a deeper stretch in my left hamstring. All right, inhale, rise through head, neck, and chest. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise through head, neck, and chest. And exhale, fold. Last time. Inhale, rise through head, neck, and chest. Exhale, fold. Great job. Ground down through the right fingertips. Sweep the left hand on up, finding that twist. Inhale, fill up the belly. Exhale, draw the navel in, twist. Last big deep breath here. Exhale, slowly swim that left hand on down. Bend on into the left knee, reach the hands on up. Come into a way that works for you to step the right foot forward. I'm going to take a chance and step the right foot forward. Release the hands on down. Great job. Forward fold. Inhale, sweep the hands to the side and up. Hands come through prayer. Release. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side and up, finding that flow. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, release. Step back. Go through your own personalized vinyasa, whatever that is for you today. I'm going to take a child's pose, but you can stay in downward facing dog if you wish. But I may inspire you to take a child's pose with me, which is great too. Inhale and exhale. Let go. You can make sound again. Whatever it is that you need, this is your time to release anything that doesn't serve you. So we can come back to a neutral space of our own perspective, our own pond. All right, I'm coming back into downward dog. Come meet me when you're ready. Take a nice big deep breath in. Sigh it out. Okay, you're ready for this last round? You got this. Inhale the right heel up. Bend the right knee. Send the right knee towards the nose. Round in the upper back. Cross the right foot underneath the left side of the body. Reach the right hand on up or find your variation. Inhale. Exhale, swim the left hand on down. Kick the right heel up and over. Bend the right knee. All right, find your variation. Maybe it's a side plank, modified, like this. Or maybe we're coming into our wild thing. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. Coming back into your three-legged dog. Ooh, tricky, tricky. Inhale. Exhale, draw the knee towards the nose. Step the right foot in between the hands. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Reach the hands on up. Exhale, release the hands on down. Begin to straighten the right leg. Inhale, rise through head, neck, and chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the right hand up. Find a twist. I know we're moving a little bit faster, but you have this. Exhale, release the right hand on down. This time, bend on into the right knee. Pivot the left foot down onto the yoga mat. Windmill the arms into warrior two.
You're doing great. This is hard, so I'm glad you're sticking with it. Reach the right hand forward, flip the right hand, bring it up and back into peaceful warrior. And then exhale, windmill the arms on down. Come on to the right ball of the foot, or I should say left ball of your foot. Release the left knee on down. Give this right knee a break and heel toe the right foot all the way to the outside edge of your yoga mat. Come into your lizard with lion's breath. When I learned this from now I have many yoga teachers, but my first yoga teacher who certified me and everything, I felt it was such a great release. And the best part is it's accessible at any level. It's all about really challenging your mind to accepting where you're at today. So if you're just bending the elbows, that's okay too. Take a nice big deep inhale. And then on an exhale, lion's breath, send the tongue towards the chin. Take a nice big deep inhale. Exhale. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. Release, release, let go. Take the right hand to the inner right thigh. Roll on to the right pinky toe of the foot. Just feel a nice little opening. It's very subtle, but it feels very good. You can gaze down, look to the side, or maybe even look up. Maybe take a hold of the back left foot. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. All right, place the hands on down, ground down through that right foot. Step the left foot to the outside of the left hand. I know that's a lot. Come into forward fold, shake it out, make noise. If you're frustrated, feel frustrated. If it feels good, just allow yourself to feel good. Sway. Inhale, sweep the arms out to the side, reach the hands on up. Hands come through prayer. And release. Inhale, sweep the hands all the way on up. Exhale, swan dive all the way on down. Hands, or I should say wrists, directly underneath the shoulders. Step back into your plank pose. Go through your vinyasa. I'm going for knees, chest, chin this round. Inhale. Exhale, child's pose or downward facing dog. Guys, we are almost done. This is it. This is our last side. Then we're gonna take it down. All right, stay with me, stay strong, but also pay attention to the body. Pace yourself. Inhale the left heel up towards the ceiling. Bend the left knee, rock it forward, send the knee towards the nose, round in the upper back. Then see if you can hook the left foot underneath the right side of the body. Inhale, sweeping the right hand on up. And exhale. Reach that heel up and back. Bend the left knee. Come into modified side plank or flip your dog. Come into wild thing. Inhale. Exhale. Release that left hand on down. Reach the left foot on up. Bend the left knee. Send the knee towards the nose. Step the left foot or help it on forward. Hug the inner thighs in towards each other. Stay strong. Sweep the fingertips forward and up. Great job. Inhaling. Exhale. Begin to straighten the left leg, grounding down through the fingertips. Inhale, rise through head, neck, and chest. And exhale to fold. Inhaling, grounding down through that right hand. Sweep the left hand on up. Stay strong. Exhale, swim that left hand on down. Pivot the right foot down onto the yoga mat. Windmill the arms into warrior two. Inhale, sweep the left hand up and over. Nice. Exhale, windmill the hands on down. Come up onto the right ball of the foot. Release the right knee on down. Heel toe the left foot all the way to the outside edge of your yoga mat. Just be mindful of that right foot. Maybe roll it on out. If it's tweaked, it's very hard to go from open pose to close. So just be mindful. Come into your lizard. Shoulders over the elbows, or we're just kind of slightly bending the elbows.
Take a nice big deep inhale. Lion's breath, sigh it out. Inhale. Exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale. Crown down through the fingertips. Take the left hand to the inside of that left leg. Roll on to the left side of the foot. Open up in that heart space. You're doing great. I know the hips might be screaming. If you need to back out, I invite you to do so. But if it's just the mind screaming and the hips can kind of stay here, then I invite you to just hold with me for 2 more breaths. Maybe take a hold of the top of the right foot, opening up in the chest. Inhale. And exhale. Last big deep breath in. Exhale, go ahead. Great job. Release the hands on down. Ground down through the left foot. Step the right foot to meet the left. Last one, or last move, Malasana. Bend on into the knees. Bring the hands to prayer. And just come to sit down with me, my friend. Great job. Give the legs and the knees a little bit of love. I know that was a lot of hard work on those legs and the lower body. So let's come into Tada. Tada, we're making a diamond shape with our legs. Ground down through the sit bones. Inhale, rise through head, neck, and chest. And exhale, send the forehead down. Oh, this is delicious. It gets right in the glute muscles towards the feet. The cold makes me extremely tight in the lower body. So I'm just gonna stay right here, not forcing, but feeling. And over time, I notice as I let go and allow my body, allow my feelings to be present, I release into where my body can actually go, into the reality of my body, or the ability. And my ability doesn't make me any cooler or stronger or wiser. It just is where my body is today. And it's perfect. And yours is perfect just as it is. Do not let emotions, specifically other people's emotions too, override the reality of your life, your dreams, and your goals. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. And when you're ready, go ahead, slowly come to rise all the way on up. Your glute muscles should feel nice and juicy. Bring the knees together. And then from here, I'm gonna actually remove my blanket and come to lie all the way on down onto the yoga mat. Release the left knee. Hug the right knee in towards the chest and just trace circles. I love doing this. Just feels so good in the hips. Go ahead, see if you can send the ball, or I should say the bottom of the foot, up towards the ceiling. So you're going to take a hold of the side of the right foot. Taking a hold of the right knee is perfect. The ankle, the shin is also perfect. This is my favorite. Like even here is enough. It's like a nice, delicious stretch in the thigh. And then bend on into that, or send the right knee towards that right shoulder, and even behind that right shoulder. Maybe some of you can even kind of loop it around and send it behind. I'm not there, but I invite you, if your body is there today. Big deep inhale. Exhale. Delicious. Send the soles of the feet together. This is a nice little variation. I actually don't know what this is called. it feels like happy baby and that Tata pose we just did had their own kind of hybrid baby. And I like it because I feel like this is a great way to also get into the hips, the sides of the feet, without feeling so vulnerable and exposed maybe. Last big deep inhale. Exhale. All right. Bring that right leg on down and half happy baby on this side. Place the hand on the pelvis. You're nice and grounded. You're nice and safe. Big deep inhale. Gentle exhale. Last big deep breath in. And exhale. And go ahead. Shake out the legs, bend the knees, ankles underneath the feet. Maybe take gentle twists, one side and then the other. Rocking it back and forth, keeping that ocean-like movement. And release those legs on down. Come into Shavasana. Lie down. Place both hands on the pelvis, or one hand on the pelvis and one hand on the heart. Inhale. And exhale. Let yourself be still. Let yourself release any tension from the ankles, the legs. Release any tension from the heart space. The chest, the arms, the neck, the face, the jaw. And just breathe in. And breathe out. While you are here, you have released all the emotion, or at least practice releasing a lot of the emotion. But imagine yourself in your version of paradise. It could be a tropical beach, or a snowy mountain getaway, or a desert glamping, whatever it is. Or forest camping. But your version of paradise. Notice the birds, the flora, the fauna, all the nature around you. And recognize that every root of every tree has a perspective. We are mindful of others' perspectives while also being mindful to not take on anyone's hurt, anyone's pain. Do not take anything personally, my friend. Remain in your own paradise. It is the best space to manifest the life you deserve. Inhale, exhale. You can stay here for as long as you wish. Or you can begin to come on out of this Shavasana. I so thank you for practicing with me, my friend. I hope this class
served you and gave you perspective, or maybe helped you come back to your perspective. Remember, you are beautiful. You are more than enough. Release anything that no longer serves you so you can be a little bit weightless to take off and fly. Om Shanti Shanti, peace, my friend. Have an amazing rest of your day, night, week, or weekend. Namaste.